Ayolola, the guy that plays the character Mide, it might not even be like that in real life. I know.
Let me introduce you.
Moving forward, henceforth, once a month, on the very first Monday of the month, I'll be doing this thing called Movie Mondays, where I pretty much take a movie or a TV series or a TV show and tell you the relationship lessons from such. I'll do my best to pick movies that you most probably might have seen, and of course I would love to get recommendations from you as well. So please, if you have recommendations of movies you'd like me to talk about relationship wise, then make sure to leave them down below in the comment section. That being said, the first movie or the TV series I will be talking about to kickstart Movie Mondays is Skinnygirl in Transit. In case you don't know what it is, it's a web series that you can watch on YouTube. It's relationship based, and I figured I might as well share those things with you. Hey you, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. Hi, my name is Adenike or Olori Esho. On this channel, I create content that relates to love, marriage, and lifestyle. So if you're interested in those, then please subscribe to the channel and thumbs up the video. And yeah, let's get right into it. Quick background: Skinnygirl in Transit tells the story of a girl and her journey to love and relationship and all of that. So along the line, of course, she makes some mistakes, she does some things wrong, you know, the people around her do certain things, all of which influence her relationship choices and all of that, and eventually she got her happily ever after, even though she's still on that journey. Today I'll be sharing with you 10 things that I believe we can learn from the series Skinnygirl in Transit. Number one, in every relationship, communication is very important. In fact, communication is so high up on that list that you cannot overemphasize how important it is. And even though it might seem like a no-brainer and it might seem like, oh yes, of course we should talk, we talk all the time, it's not until you find yourself in certain relationships or in a love relationship that you realize how difficult communication can be. Sometimes you just lock up. Sometimes you just don't want to talk. Sometimes you don't even know how to say what you want to say. You know, sometimes you don't know how the person you're with is going to receive what you want to say, and a whole lot of things. So communication in relationship can be very difficult. We see that in the relationship between Tiwa and Mide and how they relate with each other, especially when they started doing their marriage counseling and preparing to get married and all of that. It was one of the things they struggle with. I believe it's one of the things they still struggle with, just being able to communicate without resorting to shouting and yelling and raising voices and all of that. That's not my style of communication. Personally, it's just not my style. I don't think it's a healthy way of communication. But at one point or another in our relationships, we all get to that point where you're just pretty much frustrated and you blow up and, you know, voices are being raised and all of that. And that's okay if it happens once in a very blue moon, an extremely blue moon, and you understand that that's not a healthy way to go. So healthy communication, being able to talk to each other, talk with each other, not talk down at each other, is very, very essential, and it's the core of a relationship actually. Number two, family interference can make or mar a relationship. We see again in Tiwa's life, she's the typical Yoruba girl from the typical Yoruba family with the typical Yoruba mother who just wants you to get married, pop out babies, and all of that. And we see how family pressure or pressure from family members can make you do certain things or make you put yourself in certain relationships that you probably shouldn't be in. So that's my number two lesson from Skinnygirl in Transit. It's that you should learn how to dissociate your family from your relationship. I mean, of course, family is there to guide you and support you and all of that. So at the end of the day, the choice is yours. It's your happiness on the line. It's your life on the line. And so that should take priority. Also see that in how Mide's younger sister treated Tiwa when Mide started showing interest in Tiwa and all of that, and the younger sister didn't like her, and we see how that affects the relationship between Tiwa and Mide. But what they did right was to be able to separate Derry and her attitude and all of that from their relationship, and just know that it's about both of them and it's not about what she wants. Number 3, patience is a virtue. This I've learned not because either Tiwa or Mide particularly exhibited patience as far as I can tell, but because there were certain situations in which if they had been patient, maybe the situations would have turned out differently. So in your relationship, it's important to learn how to be patient and just take a beat and just think on it, you know, think it through, work it out in your head, whatever it is. Just be so patient to the point where you don't immediately react based on what is happening at that moment. It's okay to be able to, you know, relax and just think about it. It's not every situation that requires ginjim and gra and all of that, you know. Sometimes you need to take a step back, observe the situation and think it through. Make sure you're not going to say what you don't mean or say what you can't take back. Number 4, your past before the person you're with doesn't matter unless it is past continuous. Let me explain. We see this happen in Tiwa's relationship when the person she had a one-night stand with before she even met Mide, okay, before she started dating Mide, she had a one-night stand with this person, and then when she started dating Mide, that person shows up again and then started taking steps as if he wanted to get back together with her, such that it went as far as even kissing her. Okay, yeah, that is past continuous. Again, it was past continuous because it was someone that Derry, Mide's younger sister, had dated in the past. So definitely it was a situation where Mide needed me to know what was going on and what was happening, and of which that didn't happen until it ended up blowing up in her face. Eventually, of course, they were able to work it out, but at that point in time, it was a very heartbreaking experience for Mide. Keep in mind that the poor choices you made in the past or the people you dated in the past and all of that doesn't affect the new relationship you're about to go into, unless maybe you are in a situation where your past is suddenly resurfacing, or you have a child with a certain person, and of course that child is not going anywhere anytime soon. So if you find yourself in that situation, then you definitely owe the person you're with an explanation, or just clarify situations and just let them know what's up, so that way, again, communication, both of you are on the same page. Number 5, make excuses for the person you're with until you know for sure exactly what is going on. Don't jump into conclusions. Don't immediately make assumptions or let people tell you what is going on with the person you're with until you've had a chance to have a conversation with that person. It is very important to think the best of the person you're with, to trust the person, to believe in the person until they prove you otherwise. So always give the person you're with the benefit of the doubt until you're able to have that conversation with them, or they do something that completely shatters that trust that you have in them. Number 6, I see a lot of comments and I see a lot of people watch Mide and that is what they desire. Oh my gosh, Father, send my Mide and all of that. And whilst that is great, I always say that Mide is not the standard, okay? Mide is a fictional character. Don't leave Skinnygirl in transit setting Mide as the standard of the kind of guy that you want, because in reality that might not happen. I'm not saying there are no guys like that, I'm saying it might not happen. So the lesson is, don't set unreasonable expectations based on what you are seeing in that particular movie. When I say unreasonable expectations, I'm not talking about how a man should treat you or how a man should make you feel and all of that. I'm talking about in terms of finances, in terms of being extravagant, in terms of show show off and all of that, because at the end of the day, people love differently. And the fact that the person you're with doesn't behave or show love the way Mide does doesn't mean that person doesn't love you. It doesn't mean that person doesn't know what love is. That's not what it means. People love differently. People show love differently. As a matter of fact, let me burst your bubble. Ayolola, the guy that plays the character Mide, it might not even be like that in real life. I know, but that's the truth. It might not even be like that. I'm not saying he is, I'm not saying he isn't. I'm saying him in his own relationship, it might not even be like that. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they are acting out characters and playing roles that have been scripted. And in as much as they might be realistic, at the end of the day, na film. Okay? So just keep that in mind and don't take that movie to be the reality and to be the standard in your own relationship. Number 7, don't entertain your past. Don't give it room to fly. Don't encourage it. Don't water it. Don't, because you have a quarrel or a misunderstanding with your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you now decide to seek solace in whatever. Especially when the past is the past and is not past continuous. You don't want to give it room in your ongoing relationship. You don't want to make it seem as if you are not over that past relationship. What Tiwa did that was wrong was that instead of just telling Mide up front, oh, you know, it might have been difficult, yes, but just coming clean to him, you know, before we met or before we started dating, I had this one night stand with this guy, and yeah, you know, he's just showing up now, and I just realized, like, just not saying like the way I'm saying it, but just kind of bring him up to speed as to what was going on. Instead of doing that, she entertained the guy by having lunch with him and allowing him bully her into the situation in which she eventually found herself. It is your past for a reason. It's done, it's over with, move on. Nobody has a right to hold your past over your head, okay? Even God doesn't do it, not to talk of human beings. Number 8, don't keep taking from a relationship if you don't intend to reciprocate. Don't encourage the affections of a guy and his attention and his money and all of that if you don't intend to reciprocate and, you know, return his affection and his love and all of that. I learned this early on in Skinnygirl in Transit, in the relationship between Tiwa and this guy. I've forgotten his character name now, but it was played by Adefarasin. It was a guy that family members were trying to, I think her mom was trying to hook her up with this guy, and it was someone she had known from when they were younger and all of that. And the guy liked her quite alright, you know, he would always come around, try to take her out, maybe buy a lunch and things like that. And Tiwa eventually had to say that, you know what, I'm not really, like, I'm not feeling you like that. Just to clear it up. And the dude was like, oh, well, okay, whatever. And then he was gone, and that was that. That is how to handle it. Don't just keep taking. She didn't just keep taking his money, his attention and whatnot just because it was available or just because she was single at the time and she needed the distraction. She didn't use someone else's feelings as a distraction. So if you don't intend to love on someone as they are loving on you, just let them know upfront. Number 9, and this is what I'm learning from the ongoing season of Skinnygirl in Transit, which is the fact that your relationship is between both of you, just the two of you, the girl and the guy, the husband and the wife. It's just you guys in that relationship. You both determine what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, who do you want to involve. It's just both of you in that relationship. Don't allow family and friends to interfere in your relationship or to be the ones to decide how your relationship grows or at what stage it grows. It shouldn't be your mom that will tell you, oh, I think it's time to propose. No. If you ain't ready to propose, you ain't ready to propose, and that's that. Do you understand? Don't allow your parents say, oh, isn't it time this guy proposed? Isn't it time you moved in with him? Isn't it time you got pregnant? Isn't it time you had a baby? Isn't it time? Yeah, whatever. Thank you. I appreciate your love and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's just both of you in that relationship. And that's what's most important. Number 10. This one I'm going to leave for you to give to me, especially for those who are watching Skinnygirl in transit or those who have seen it. What is the one relationship lesson that you've learned from the series? That is going to be our number 10. So let me know down below in the comment section what your number 10 is. Even if it's something I already mentioned, tell me again as something that you've learned personally from watching the series and that you've probably exercised in your relationship. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Press the notification bell so that you don't miss it when I upload new videos. Check out my other videos on love, relationship, my lifestyle vlogs. A lot of exciting content on the channel for you to watch. Please check them out. Don't just leave, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I love you so much. You know how we do it. I pray God blesses you, your relationship, your homes, and most especially you. All right, thank you so much for watching. Remain in God and God bless you. See you again very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.